Computer accessibility. So before the specifics, what is computer accessibility? So what I learned before this, I kind of had a general idea about what computer accessibility is. It enables people with disabilities and impairments to participate in normal computer usage, but there's specific features in assistive technology that allow them to do this. So if someone was to be blind or have low vision, or just in general have limited mobility, there are specific features on their laptop that they can access to make using apps or websites or just anything in general on their computer more easy. So moving along, how can it enable occupational participation through these computer accessibility features? Occupational participation, in simple terms in the third edition of MOHO, is engagement in work, play, or activities of daily living that are parts of one's socio-cultural context and that are desired or necessary to one's well-being. Engagement involves not only performance, but also subjective experience. So after hearing this definition, it's kind of easy to understand why accessibility enabled by participation is so important. So in general, we're a modern society now. Everyday activities revolve around technology, setting alarms, responding to information and emails, and it's necessary to understand technology and also be able to use it. So somebody with an impairment, they also want access because this enables them to be more independent and kind of have freedom, because participation in general promotes just meaning to occupations. So if they want to participate in leisure, that can be found in computers through watching a movie or kind of watching a YouTube video to learn information, to educate themselves, or just to relax. And also, computers are used for more than that. They're used for work, they're used for completing projects, they're also used for communication through email or just messaging family members. So overall, computer accessibility is necessary because everybody deserves a chance to kind of be independent on their own and use their days however they please through technology. So my topic was hearing impaired replaces sound notifications with visual cues so that system alerts are announced with visual notifications instead of sounds. So when I chose this topic, I was really interested because obviously I don't have an auditory impairment, so I wanted to know, I think I already had an idea of the features available on my laptop and on my phone that could help with this, but I wanted to learn more. So after going through my settings and researching, I was able to understand these features. So the first feature here, this is an image of my laptop, and this is of brightness. So brightness obviously is very important for visual cues because you want the user of the laptop to be able to read in the fonts, and if it's too dim, they're probably not going to see the notifications and get the information they need right away. And also in the tab here, to the right, so the sun looking one, that is for brightness. So you're allowed to lower it and dim it however you please. And to the right, it's volume. So if you have an auditory impairment, the volume may not be necessary for you. So say you're in a public setting, you can completely turn off the volume so that if you don't hear a sound, somebody else may hear the sound on your laptop, so you can easily just shut it off. Also for phone noise cancellation, it can reduce ambient background noise. Moving on to the next feature is probably the most important feature, and that is of notifications. So on your laptop in general, sometimes in the corner, it will pop up for notifications, and in the settings here in the system preferences, you can turn on what you want notifications about emails, about any kind of app you have, about any updates for your software. Notifications also can occur on your phone, and which is really a great visual cue is when your phone can flash that you have a notification. So there's no auditory involvement there. You see the flash and you can realize that you do have a notification. And another great way to know on your phone if you have a notification is that your phone can vibrate and you'll feel it in your hands. No auditory involvement again, and you can see the notification. So next, moving along, a great feature is the use of subtitles or captioning. So this picture here just shows a TV show that lets you know that there's captioning. So This can be used on like Netflix, and it's great. The subtitles can come in many different languages, so you can keep up with your leisure activities and watch the shows you want to and participate in what you want to, despite your impairment, through your computer. And also for YouTube, they have a captioning option usually, so you continue to learn the information that's shared in a video, and you won't miss out despite having your auditory impairment. So that's a great feature. Another feature that a lot of people know about if they're using any Mac or Apple products is iMessage and FaceTime. FaceTime is really great for somebody with an auditory impairment because they're visually able to see people and communicate through sign language, which is a great opportunity. So they still see the people's faces and like family members or friends, which is always reassuring for the person. So that's a great opportunity. And moving on to iMessage, it's just another form of typing for messaging, and it's a great alternative to a phone call if you do have an auditory impairment. But iMessage doesn't have to be boring. You can send images, you can send videos, you can send drawings, you can use emojis. So it kind of allows for creativity, which is always necessary when communicating with people. This feature was really interesting to me for those with auditory impairments. This was the mono audio, and this is also found in your accessibility feature in settings on your laptop. So here you can see in the audio, and then to the right you would click play stereo audio as mono. So some individuals may only be able to hear in one ear, so the mono audio allows you to play audio tracks in each ear. So if you're able to get sound in one ear, that's still an option for you. This can be accessed by bringing up the spotlight search. So you do keyboard shortcut command plus spacebar, then typing accessibility and looking under the hearing tab for the play audio as mono. So that's a really great option that I learned about, and I think that's necessary for OTs to share with their client if they want to use their computer with ease. So the next feature I have listed here is enabling type to Siri. I think Siri is a great feature that Apple gives, and you're able to ask her questions and she'll respond with the correct information, or she'll do the research for you. And the enable to type feature is really great visual cue that you can use for information. So again, in the accessibility tab, which is great for all kinds of impairments or disabilities people have, they can come here and they can kind of just adjust the features of their computer to kind of work for them in their environment specifically. So enabling type to Siri, if you would like to type your Siri requests rather than speaking them. Siri will beep and listen for your voice input when activated from headset. So this is great. So you can ask so many questions and find out the information you need, but there's no auditory involvement here either. So moving on to the last slide, accessibility options improving performance as a whole. So here it has, I found a quote, and it says, occupational performance is the ability to choose, organize, and satisfactorily perform meaningful occupations that are culturally defined and age-appropriate for looking after oneself, enjoying life, and contributing to the social and economic fabric of community. Again, this kind of goes back to someone with an impairment. Using technology can be an outlet for enjoyment and kind of independence, and a way for them to complete occupations on their own and do it at their speed and how they enjoy. So it's really important for these features to be known for clients that have impairments, because this can contribute to their leisure and their enjoyment, because as OTs we just want to contribute to overall health. And if that's participating in technology and using that to communicate with friends and family, then we should really promote the use of that. It's really important to recognize how lucky we are that when we don't have impairments, how easy we can use these devices. Some people more than others, but it's really great to realize that these features are available for those that need it, because it is necessary to use technology in this day and age. So hopefully, as we've seen already, we hope that technology continues to grow and adapt and improve its overall accessibility features for all people. I found it really interesting just learning about more visual cues that I didn't know existed on laptops, and they just provide an overall great feature for those who have impairments, and they should be able to participate how they want to and have these meaningful occupations in their everyday life through technology. So that is the end. Thank you for listening to my presentation.